Hello, today we're going to talk about how we can use business analytics to analyze big data. On the screen you see the categorization of the business analytics solutions within the SAP Business Intelligence suite. What I'm going to use is two tools that reside in the orange area of Agile Data Visualization and Self-Service to access big data stored in the SAP Hana platform. The modeling in HANA for logical analysis is done within views. We have three types of views. Attribute views, which store the dimensional attributes. Analytical views, which are used for online visualization and data exploration. And calculation views that are extensions or more complex analytical views where complex calculated measures are allocated. I'm going to use the calculation views and the analytical views using the two tools mentioned, Analysis for Office and Lumira, to explain to you how analytics within SAP works on big data. Let's have a look at Analysis for Office right now. The Analysis for Office interface looks like the following. It's an Excel-driven interface with an additional tab which is called Analysis. If I want to make a connection to big data stored in the SAP HANA platform, I tick the Analysis tab and I tick the Insert button. I define the connection to my HANA system, and on my screen appear the visualization that I have access to. I'm now connected to the analytical view within the HANA system, and you see on the right hand pane of my screen the navigation panel that I'm going to use. On top of it you see the measures that are available within my view. I'm going to select the store sales and drag and drop them on the element, and I'm going to show you how we can use hierarchies that are stored and modeled in the analytical view. If I tick the city tab, the customer tab, and I tick geo, then you will see that in this analytical views the customers are allocated via individual areas, geo areas. So I can drill down from a country section to sub-state section, and over here the individual customer IDs appear. I can roll back again and I can change my data. I could, for example, add an additional measure or change a measure. And I could, for example, have a look at the elements per product category. I drag and drop the product category on top. I can swap. And furthermore, as you can see, one of the very powerful elements from Analysis for Office is that I have, apart from the connection to the HANA in-memory platform with big data, I have all my standard Excel functionality available. So I can create formulas, I can create graphs, I can create conditional formatting, charts, whatever I want. If I want to refresh or I want to be online, I can tick the Refresh All button. It is very easy to delete or change a certain dimension or category. I just drag and drop the different. I could, for example, have a look at this per quarter and change the product category with quarter. I still have my drill down possibilities as defined in a hierarchy available. Very powerful also in this tool is that you can create more than one connection. So I have this analysis over here connected to the HANA platform, and if I want to add one, I can easily do that. I can make a connection to the same analytical view, but I can also choose another one. So for example, if you have an analytical view for purchasing data and you have one for sales data, you can perfectly combine them in the same view. Over here I'd like to have a look at a certain section of the product categories, so I drag and drop that to the filters and I select the categories that I'm interested in. Now I'm going to add the product name and the specific metric that I want to see. For example, store cost, store sales. And over here you see my additional analysis. Thank you for your attention. We will now have a look at how we can use Lumira also connecting to the same HANA platform with big data. As an alternative for SAP Analysis for Office, SAP offers Lumira. And on the screen you see my logon screen to Lumira server. And in Lumira server I've defined a connection to HANA to the analytical views with the big data in it. So when I log on, I identify myself. And on my screen appear the different data sets that have been defined based on the analytical views that are below them. I'm going to choose one specific data set that contains a very large number, over 300 million records of retail data. Actually, it is point of sale data. And over here you can see my interface that I have in Lumira, where on my top left hand side all the metrics that I have available in the analytical view of HANA appear, and below that are all the different attributes that are available. And I'm now going to show you how I can quickly analyze and create a very simple dashboard for you. Over here on my top right hand side are the different types of graphs and visualizations I can choose, even geo-based, bubbles, heat maps. There is cost tab and tabular, numeric point, and there are a combination of other charts that I can use, and I just show you a few examples. So I choose one or two metrics that I want to have a look at. For example, these two, and imagine I want to look at it per month. And I could, for example, also add whether there was a discount, yes or not, to the different elements via my color coding. I can change this chart, and if I like this analysis I can, for example, one way of working is that I duplicate it and I proceed working on the duplication. And for example, I could filter this section that has some lower figures, and I want to further discover that section. So I click and select it, I filter it, and I might want to change the visualization over here. My filter automatically is appearing on my top hand. I'm going to change the attributes, and I might want to look at, for example, this element per product. This gives me more detailed information, and again I can change my chart, or I can do, for example, a ranking saying I'm interested in the top 10 of all products, and make a selection on that and change the visualization to, for example, an area chart over here. Again, if I am interested, I can proceed on that and have a more detailed view on this element, for example, by creating a heat map. And I can drag and drop a second element over there, and this could be, well, let me, different work orders. And again, I hope you can bear with me. This is a very large volume of data I'm analyzing online, and you can see the performance. I never have to wait more than 2 or 3 seconds. I've already created 3 or 4 analyses. I might want to create a 4th. Duplicate that and say, well, I also want to have a view by, for example, cost tab. Here's my view, and if I want to bring all these views together in a small dashboard, I tick the Compose tab. And I can choose in a various way of displaying my data. I can create an infographic. I can create an interactive dashboard or a report. So let's create an interactive dashboard. I tick the create button, and on my top left hand side are all the 4 visualizations I created. Let's give a sample big data title on it, and I just drag and drop the visualization and quickly create my first dashboard based on these elements over here. And if I'm interested, I could even all the different attributes that I have available are available also as input control. So I can, for example, choose one. I could say, well, I want to have the specific dates for my end user to choose from. So I can drag and drop those dates and present my dashboard as follows, and the end user can click and select a number of dates, and you will see that my visualizations automatically adjust. So this is a way of using Lumira for analyzing big data in a very performant way on top of SAP Hana and creating in very simple dashboards in just a few minutes. Thanks for your attention.